Good morning, class. Under social welfare unit, I'll be discussing on the human rights protection for Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islander people, Australian obligations and actions. I look at focus on three main issues: the successes of the government, the failures and the legal consequences of not adhering to these treaties that were signed by Australian, international law and domestic law. First of all, there were treaties that Australian got into to ensure that these indigenous people rights are protected since they are marginalized. First of all, I'll go with the UNDRIP, which is a United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, which requires the government to protect their health, the right to health, the right to freedom of speech, their language, their religion, their right to territory. Yeah. So those rights should be recognized. Second, I will go to SAD, which is stands for the Convention of Elimination of Racial Discrimination against these people, the Aboriginals and the Outlanders, people of Australia, where they should be guarded against discrimination, which comes in form of race, sex, culture, religion, language, and their way of life, self-expression. So this, the function of SAD is to monitor the state compliance on these issues and the policies and give recommendations to the government. Observing, receiving reports from ICED, which is a body that is mandated to give reports from state to state so that it is analyzed by SAD and recommendations are given which should be adhered to. They receive individual complaints from people. Yeah, and giving conclusions. Another point another treaty I will look into is ICCPR, which stands for International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights of these people. These people have the right to vote. They have the right to fair hearing. They require the right to speech, right of assembly, right of association, protection from torture and arbitrary arrest, and fair trial. They have right liberty to life, privacy, and the liberty to practice their own religion and their culture. So these SAD provide guiding principles and enables the state guides the state in providing policies and laws that will be aligned and tailored to assist the indigenous people by bridging the gap between the non-aboriginals, because there's a big gap. These people have been discriminated for a long time, and that's why such organizations were made to address historical injustices. Then I will look into ICSCR, which is International Covenant of Economic and Social Rights. These people, their rights to work should be protected like everyone else. The right to social security, right to education. Since reports have shown that they have been marginalized. The rate of children going to school for the indigenous people is low compared to the normal Australians in terms of percentages. Their health, the standard of living, the housing, sanitation, all those factors shows that there's a big gap. Even accessibility to even health and sanitation, housing, clean water.